When news happens, Skycam 16 is there first. In your car, listen to Newswatch 16 on WKRZ AM 1340.
Proud to serve northeastern and central Pennsylvania. This is WNEP 16, the news station. Now, Nolan Johannes, Karen Harge, Chief Meteorologist Tom Clark with his backyard forecast, and Joe Zone on sports. This is the Newswatch 16 update.
Good evening. A plan to set the national drinking age at 21 has been put on hold, at least for a while. Yesterday, it looked as though the Senate was ready to pass a bill that would cut off federal highway funds to states who refuse to raise their drinking age to 21. But now, some senators have delayed action on the bill until next week or the week after. 20,000 Americans lose their lives in drunk driving accidents each year. And supporters say that the bill would cut down on the number of teenagers who cross state borders to drink. Night Beat reporter Dan Fiorucci talked with a law enforcement official and young people across the border in New York tonight about the Senate's plan for a national drinking age.
The fact is, 23 states have a 21-year-old drinking age, but practically all of them border on states with younger drinking ages. One of the so-called blood borders is this one, between New York and Pennsylvania. They say that on a Friday night, lots of underage youngsters from Pennsylvania cross the bridge and come over here into Narrowsburg, New York. Law enforcement officials say it's a tough situation.
It does cause problems. We found out it does cause a problem because, like I say, they have phony ID cards. We caught quite a few of them last year with phony ID cards, and on that we'll be doing again this year.
But lots of people feel that raising the drinking age to 21 just isn't the answer.
I think they're going to get the alcohol whether they're underage or not.
Oh, yeah. They'll definitely get it. Because everybody's got phony proof, you know, all that.
You're 18. Technically, you're underage. Is it hard to get alcohol?
Not really.
Maybe it would keep them out of the bars, but they will get alcohol anyway. They will get beer in grocery stores and things like that, which is what most of them drink anyway.
But others still favor a national drinking age of 21.
Well, I think that the drinking age should be 21, the draft age should be 21. It's just the way I feel.
But despite the popular appeal of the 21-year-old drinking age, passage is far from certain. That's because states like Florida, which depend on college crowds, vigorously oppose the law. The Senate is expected to take up the matter next week. Dan Fiorucci, Newswatch 16.
As we told you last night, 3 people from Wilkes-Barre have come back from a trip to war-torn Nicaragua. But as Newswatch 16's Mark Davis reports, when the 3 talked with reporters today, they told a story of poverty, not violence.
This is what they saw. The military presence was everywhere, but we never heard a shot. That's how Father William Strait sums up his 8-day stay in Nicaragua with Sister Patience Layden and Marcia Rizzo, a Wilkes-Barre nurse. The 3 were part of a 20-member group called Witness for Peace, putting their nonviolent beliefs to the true test.
I guess what I really felt was so difficult was to just see the tremendous poverty, and the people there just live with that. Now, they don't know anything else, and for them it's just very much a part of their lives.
I realized how much of a pampered American I am, and of course the diet and the water and all. I think all of us had about a dysentery at one time or another on the trip, and there's nothing heroic about that.
One of the most distressing stories coming from the trip, Marcia Rizzo, helping townspeople check their food supply just days after an attack.
We're picking up beans that had fallen on the ground and sifting them through their hands to get the stones out and putting that in sacks. And I kept thinking, you know, this is such a desperate struggle.
Until now, for these 3 people, Nicaragua was just something that they may have read about in the newspaper or perhaps looked at a map. But now it's something they've experienced, a place they've been to, and something they can talk about freely with other people. That's one of the big purposes of their visit. But it's also a place that they wouldn't necessarily want to go back to anytime soon. Mark Davis, Newswatch 16, Dallas.
Next on Newswatch 16 Update, meteorologist Tom Clark heading out to his chilly backyard. Tom, I guess you'll need that jacket tonight.
I strongly recommend a jacket outside tonight. But when we come back, I'll tell you if you'll need your umbrella this weekend.
Swimming is is one of the great joys of the summer season. But there are a few simple rules you should remember. Never swim alone, and only swim in supervised areas. Stay out of the water if you are tired, overheated, or if you have just eaten. Don't depend on tubes or other devices to help you swim. Learn to swim correctly so we can all enjoy a safe and happy summer season.
Well, all you Michael Jackson fans, here's the news you've been waiting for. The Jacksons have announced the names of 3 cities that they'll visit on this summer's concert tour. They are Kansas City, Irving, Texas, that's near Dallas, and Jacksonville, Florida. The Jacksons will be performing in a total of 12 cities, but no word yet on the names of the other 8. There was a different kind of music being played today on the square in Wilkes-Barre. Midday munchers enjoyed the Stegmeyer Band as they ate their lunches and took a break from shopping or work. The concert is part of the Wilkes-Barre Recreation Board's series of noon-hour shows. And from all appearances, it looks like everyone enjoyed what was one of the last big bands remaining in our area. And as the last of that patriotic American flag music sails off into the sunset, foot-tapping guy by the name of Tom Clark is out there orchestrating a beautiful forecast for this weekend, right?
Well, yeah, half and half, Nolan.
Yeah, all right.
All right. I'm doing my best, though. I tell you, last weekend of spring, shaping up to be okay weather-wise. Tonight, it's getting cold, folks. We have one of those starry skies, and with very light winds, heat is radiating away into outer space, and the thermometer's dropping. Let me show you what it stands at now in the backyard with a few moths flying around. It's 55. Humidity is 45%. The air is still coming down from the north at only 6 miles an hour. Barometer is rising. Hey, it's under pressure tonight. Look at that, 30.3 inches. That's pretty high. 68, that high today, well below the normal high for this time of year at 78. Record high is 93, and the low so far today is 55. Look at Lake Scranton in the background. Yes, it's dark and it's very placid, the water. Hardly a ripple. That's not live, just after sunset tonight, folks. Still some twilight there, but hardly a breeze on the water surface. Here's the Newswatch 16 color satellite picture. It's just in. Some thunderstorms down to the south. One went through Laurinburg, South Carolina, late today. 2 inches of rain in 15 minutes. That was a downpour. Still some flash flooding possible tonight out in the upper Midwest. You can see the thunderstorms out that way. But boy, we have a huge chunk of cool, dry Canadian air outside tonight, and it's going to hold its ground over Pennsylvania through midday tomorrow. But then, as some warm, humid air begins to work its way in from the west, climbing over the colder air, clouds will form tomorrow night, and it looks like they'll get thick enough to leave some showers behind on Sunday. Now, here's my forecast for the dawn tomorrow. There'll be a clear start, and there'll be some cold dew out there as well. Watch out for that. 45 in Franklandale, Bradford County. In Moscow, a cool, nippy 44. In the middle 40s in Hazleton, 49 in Pottsville, and in Milton at sunrise tomorrow morning. Now, here we go for the day tomorrow. We will be in the comfort zone. Lots of sunshine, which may get dimmed by some cirrus clouds in the afternoon, but a nice day coming up. Comfortable humidities, and as you can see, in Troy, Lock Haven, Danville, Minersville, Shawnee, Pringle, and Halstead, low to middle 70s tomorrow. Maybe you're thinking about getting a tan this weekend. The tanning index for tomorrow, on a scale from 1 to 10, 8. But on Sunday, a measly old 1. Here's your sunrise and sunset coming up for tomorrow, and it's at 5:30. 8:38. The sun sets now. Okay. Summer begins next Thursday, astronomically speaking. A clear night tonight, 47 the low. The record low is 40, so no problems there. Nice tomorrow. Clouding up on Sunday, a couple of showers likely, maybe some thunder showers around on Sunday, 72, warmer and more humid Monday and Tuesday. Nolan, everybody feels comfortable outside tomorrow.
All right, we're looking forward to it, Tom. Hope you have a nice weekend.
You too.
If you're out driving this weekend, you may discover a new and improved Route 6. Traffic near the Viewmont Mall is finally running smoothly after months of construction. Both the drivers and the businessmen are now happy and relieved. Local merchants were complaining that the construction was keeping customers away. This is what the highway looked like a few months ago, but after hearing the complaints, PennDOT hired a second crew to work 12-hour shifts, speeding up the construction on Route 6 near the Viewmont Mall. And coming up, a story that is really ripe for the picking. Plus, the Phillies make their move to the top. Joe Zone has highlights. And a horse racing, boxing, 1-2 punch on the 16 sports screen. It's all next.
Hi, I'm Carrie O'Grady for the Greater Scranton YMCA, where we are packed full of activities for preschoolers. We have classes for children aged 6 months old up to 5 years. We're offering parent-taught gym and swim, mother-child play workshop, gymnastics, kinder swim, and the Y-Pals preschool. Get your preschooler involved today. Call the YMCA at 342-8115.
How about some real sports?
Okay, we got a lot of baseball tonight on the screen. The Phillies are making their big move. They're letting the Cubs know who the defending National League champions are. Mike Schmidt led the way today, got things going, and let's take a look at it right after we count it down. Probably 4, 3, 2, 1 now. Thank you. Okay, check it out. Mike Schmidt starts it off with a base hit, a single. That drives in the first run of the game, and it's 1-0. But Cubs tied in the second, pulled ahead in the third when Ryan Sandberg lined a home run into the left field bleachers, his 6th of the year, and Chicago led 2-1. Cubs starter Chuck Rainey lost his control in the fourth. He walked John Rockenfuss with the bases loaded. That forced in Mike Schmidt with the tying run. Ivan DeJesus then singled through the hole to bring Joe LaFay and Tim Corcoran home. The Phils led 4-2. Juan Samuel followed with a double. Final score, 5-2. Okay, on the scoreboard now. Phillies 5, Chicago 2, Montreal beat Pittsburgh 1-0. Mets over St. Louis 5-0 in the 7th. Atlanta beat, that's a final score now. Atlanta beat Cincinnati 6-1. And, okay, I'll wait with you. San Francisco, San Diego 1-1 in the 2nd. Houston and Los Angeles. Houston won again. They beat the Dodgers 3-2. Yankees and the Orioles, first of 3 in the stadium. What happened to the bats tonight? Final score, 2-1. Orioles beat the Yankees with a run in the top of the 9th inning. Okay, the Detroit Tigers have been little more than a 500 club since they started playing the big boys in the East. Check the highlights of this game tonight.
He really mashed it.
Larry Parrish homered in the 2nd, his 10th of the year. Detroit leads 1-0. Jim Gantner doubles in the Milwaukee 3rd. To score Deion James. That's tied the score at 1-all. Then a triple in the 6th inning. Gantner singles to left to score James. Kirk Gibson scored, makes it 3-2, and that's where it is right now. Check the scoreboard. Baltimore 2, Yankees 1, Detroit 3, Milwaukee 2. That is in the 7th. Boston and Toronto 2-2 there in the 10th. Cleveland, California, no score in the 1st. Chicago, Oakland, no score in the 1st. Minnesota beat Kansas City 3-0. Texas, Seattle, no score in the 1st. The Hearns-Duran fight is over. I know it only started a little while ago. It went 2 rounds, and Hearns clubbed Duran. Knocked him to the canvas 3 times, twice in the 1st round, 3 times in the 2nd. All over, Hearns retains his championship. Local fight fans had a chance tonight to see the fight and bet the horses at the same time. Tim Karlson went to Pocono Downs to find out how the idea went over.
It was an experiment to find out how sports fans in the area would accept a double dose of events in one night. And as far as those who run Pocono Downs go, there's good reason to try it.
We will not lose a lot of money, will not make a lot of money, but the idea is to get more people into the track to see what we have to offer.
This is where the live closed-circuit presentation of the boxing match will be taking place at Pocono Downs. But the question remains, did the people coming here tonight come for just the racing, for the boxing, or for both?
I'm here as a boxing fan.
Now, would you normally be at Pocono Downs on a night like this?
No, I usually come about 2-3 times a year.
Would you be here normally on a night like this, even without the boxing?
Right.
So you are a regular patron of Pocono?
I'm a regular patron of the track.
But you just think it's a great deal to have that little extra tonight?
Well, once in a while, I like the fight game, too.
The big difference between tonight's combo presentation and a racing-only night, the admission price. Normally $1 to $1.50. Tonight, $10 advance, $15 at the gate. So we were curious to find out what most of the normal race crowd thought.
I think it was unfair to the regular fan. You know, they could have did something besides this $10 bit.
Well, I don't think it's right. A little too high for the people in this valley here.
We knew we were going to keep some of our regulars away, unfortunately. We're sorry that did happen. But anything with promotions, what you got to do is get new people into the track. Maybe these other people that come tonight haven't been to the, you know, maybe to Pocono Downs, maybe in 7 or 8 years they haven't been here, or maybe it's the first time ever. And when they come and they see a few races, hopefully see what they like, maybe they'll come back again.
And from the sampling of who was at the track tonight, we got the impression the dual event PR experiment did get some newcomers to Pocono Downs. Tim Karlson, Newswatch 16 Sports.
Second round of the U.S. Open is history. Hale Irwin is the leader. We've got expanded coverage coming up right after the newscast tonight. How about the fish forecast for tomorrow? No fish for tomorrow? Okay. That's all of it then.
All right. All right. Not bad at all. I hope they enjoyed that fight tonight.
Yeah, all
2
round and a half.
Oh, boy. That's our report for tonight. See you on Monday.